General Hospital spoilers. Jason's heartbreaking Monica death news spreads. Word Matriarch passed away. Few moments in soap opera history carry the weight of saying goodbye to a character who has defined a show for decades. On General Hospital, that moment has finally arrived with the shocking and devastating death of Monica Quartermaine, the beloved matriarch of Port Charles and one of the soap's longest-running figures. Monica's passing not only shakes her family to the core, but also sends shockwaves through the entire community. And at the center of this heartbreak is Jason Morgan, who must deliver the crushing news and wrestle with grief, guilt, and legacy. This is not just another storyline, it's a generational turning point for GH. Let's dive into what's coming, how the death of Monica changes everything, and why Jason's journey will break and inspire fans. Monica has been a fixture on GH since the late 1970s. Fans have watched her rise from ambitious young cardiologist to the moral and emotional center of the chaotic Quartermaine family. She battled Alan's betrayals, outlived rivals, buried children, and gave selflessly to the hospital that became her second home. Her resilience defined her. Breast cancer survivor, tireless physician, and the kind of woman who could spar with Tracy in the morning, console a grieving patient by noon, and defend her children by evening. Monica embodied everything Port Charles stood for: strength in struggle, hope in despair, and family in its most dysfunctional, yet loving, form. So, when the word spreads that Monica has passed away, it isn't just a Quartermaine tragedy, it's a Port Charles tragedy. Spoilers reveal that Jason Morgan is the first Quartermaine to learn of Monica's sudden passing. It happens quietly, in a way almost cruelly ordinary for such an extraordinary life. A phone call, a hospital hallway, a stunned silence. Jason, a man who has faced bullets, kidnappings, and countless deaths, finds himself frozen by 4 words: "She didn't make it." For Jason, the moment is surreal. He has always been Monica's son, even during years when he distanced himself from the Quartermaine mansion and its drama. She was his anchor, his reminder of love, loyalty, and acceptance. Now that anchor is gone, Jason's next task is perhaps the hardest he has ever faced: telling the rest of the family. The spoilers hint that this is where the real heartbreak begins, as Jason walks into the Quartermaine living room, where Tracy, Brooklyn, Ned, and others are gathered. Imagine the scene: Jason standing in the doorway, unable to speak at first, his face pale and unreadable. Tracy immediately senses something is wrong. Brooklyn's chatter stops. Silence falls. And then Jason delivers the words that will forever change the Quartermaines. Monica's gone. The reactions are explosive. Tracy collapses into tears, raging at the unfairness. Ned clutches his chest, his composure broken. Brooklyn sobs, demanding to know how and why. Even Leo, the youngest, looks confused and lost. Jason holds himself together for them, but inside, he is shattered. Tracy and Monica's relationship was legendary. Years of biting insults, betrayals, reconciliations, and grudging respect. Now Tracy must face a world without her greatest sparring partner. Spoilers suggest that Tracy's grief will manifest in anger, lashing out at anyone who tries to comfort her. But underneath that rage is devastation. Monica was her family, her rival, her friend. Expect Tracy to demand a grand Quartermaine-style memorial filled with pomp, humor, and tradition. She will fight to ensure Monica's name and legacy remain untarnished. For Ned, Monica was more than an aunt, she was a second mother. She supported him through scandals, career upheavals, and his own battles with Quartermaine pride. Now, spoilers tease that Ned will be haunted by the last conversation he had with her. Was he dismissive? Did he fail to say, "I love you"? That regret will gnaw at him in the weeks to come. Brooklyn, meanwhile, takes it even harder. Monica adored her, always forgiving her mistakes and cheering her dreams. With her music career in limbo and her relationship with Chase tested, Brooklyn feels like she let Monica down. Her grief becomes a storm of guilt and determination. She vows to honor Monica by living a life worthy of her belief. At General Hospital, Monica's loss is seismic. Colleagues gather in hushed tones, struggling to process the news. Epiphany's absence is already felt deeply, and now another cornerstone is gone. Portia, Liz, Finn, and TJ all speak about the impact Monica had on their careers. One particularly moving spoiler hints at Elizabeth Weber breaking down while treating a patient, whispering, "She taught me how to be strong." Another shows Finn staring at Monica's office, unable to step inside. And for the board, Monica's death means a leadership void that could threaten the hospital's future. While Jason holds it together for others, spoilers tease that his private grief will be gut-wrenching. Alone in the Quartermain boathouse, Jason breaks down for the first time in years. He remembers being Jason Quartermain, the boy who disappointed Alan, who fought with AJ, who never lived up to the family's expectations. And then he remembers Monica, who never stopped loving him, even after he became Jason Morgan. He whispers through tears, "I wasn't always there, but you never gave up on me. I'll never forget that." This raw vulnerability reminds viewers that beneath the stoic hitman exterior is a son who has lost his mother. Jason's grief will ripple through his closest relationships. Sam, who shared years of history with him, arrives at the Quartermain mansion to comfort Danny and Scout, realizing how much Monica's presence meant in their lives. Carly, never one to mince words, openly weeps with Jason, recalling how Monica saved her when she had no one else. Sonny, despite his complicated relationship with the Quartermains, quietly pays respects, understanding that Monica's death leaves a void in Jason that no one else can fill. Spoilers confirm that GH is planning a massive tribute episode, bringing back legacy characters and honoring both Monica and the actress who portrayed her. Expect flashbacks, archival footage, and heart-wrenching speeches. Tracy will deliver a fiery eulogy, Ned will sing in her honor, and Jason will struggle to speak, choking out only a few words. "She was my mom. She loved us all. That's who she was." The funeral will also reunite estranged family members. Dylan Quartermain is rumored to return, as well as Emily's memory being evoked in a powerful way. Even AJ's ghost may be referenced. This isn't just a goodbye, it's a Quartermain history lesson, reminding fans of the family's enduring place in GH lore. No Quartermain storyline is complete without a dramatic will reading. Spoilers hint that Monica leaves behind more than money. She leaves letters, personal, handwritten messages to each family member. Some are forgiving, some are challenging, and all are deeply emotional. For Jason, her letter is short but powerful. "You were always enough." That single line will haunt and heal him as he moves forward. Monica's death sets off ripple effects across Port Charles. Quartermain Estate. Who takes over as head of the mansion? Tracy may stake her claim, but Ned could challenge her. Brooklyn may find herself caught in the middle. Yelq power plays. With Monica gone, her shares are up for grabs. Expect Valentine, Tracy, and others to circle like sharks. GH leadership. Who becomes the new chief of staff? Portia? Finn? Or an unexpected returnee? Jason's journey. Without Monica, Jason may reassess his choices. Does he stay in Sunny's world, or finally embrace the Quartermain legacy? Soap deaths are common, but Monica's passing cuts differently. She was not just a character, she was history, tradition, and heart. Losing her means closing the book on one of GH's last links to its golden era. For fans, it feels like losing a family member. For the Quartermains, it means redefining themselves without their compass. Already, fans online are mourning Monica as if she were real. Hashtags like #GoodbyeMonica and #QuartermainLegacy trend as viewers share favorite moments, from Monica's savage one-liners to her tearful confessions. Longtime watchers recall the days of Alan and Monica's affairs, the endless Thanksgiving fights, and the way she could silence Tracy with a single glare. Ultimately, Jason emerges from this storyline forever changed. The spoilers tease that he may finally bridge the gap between Jason Morgan and Jason Quartermain. Monica's death forces him to consider his roots, his family, and the part of himself he tried to bury. Could this be the beginning of a new Jason, one who balances loyalty to Sunny with a renewed connection to the Quartermains? Time will tell, but one thing is certain, Monica's love will guide him, even in death. General Hospital fans are in for an emotional roller coaster. Monica Quartermain's death storyline will be one of the most impactful in years, touching every corner of Port Charles. Jason's heartbreaking burden of delivering the news sets the tone for weeks of grief, family drama, and reflection. This isn't just about saying goodbye. It's about honoring legacy, confronting regrets, and finding a way forward. For Jason, it means carrying Monica's love in his heart as he navigates life without her. For fans, it means cherishing every memory of the woman who was, for so long, the beating heart of the Quartermain family. As Jason whispers at her grave, "You'll always be with me."